Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David and this is a magic kit review. Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David. Thanks for being here. Before we get into the review, make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, especially if you like magic. If you like magic, if you like magic tricks, you want to find out about the latest and greatest tricks that are coming out, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Push all the clickety-click. You know what to do. Thanks so much, everybody. Today, we got a great one for you. Today, we're looking at Shin Lim. That's right. You know Shin Lim. I don't have to tell you who he is. Won America's Got Talent twice. Won Fool Us. FISM winner. IBM winner. Merlin Award winner. This is what winners look like. This is what winners look like. So what happened was Shin Lim teamed up with the good people down at Murphy's Magic, and now we have Evolushin, a brand new, fun, beginner's magic kit. And right now you can pick up Evolushin for about 50 bucks. I think every magician probably has some sort of story about the first time they walked into a magic store, their first magic book, their first magic trick, their first magic kit, the first time they ever saw a magician and was inspired to do this themselves. You probably have a memory of someone purchasing something for you or you receiving your first magic kit and the things that were inside. And typically what's out there for magic kits are things that are very basic, very rudimentary, usually filled with, I'll call them toys, really. They're bright, colorful toys that look like magic props. And if there's a child in your life or someone in your life that says they would like a magic kit, chances are someone goes to a store, they usually go into the game section, the magic kits are all down at the bottom. And as an outsider, how do you buy a magic kit? How do you pick the best one? Well, there's two ways, right? You go by price, what you can afford, and you usually go by the number that's on the box. If one magic kit boasts 150 tricks and another one says 175 tricks, then you're gonna buy the one that says 175 tricks. The truth behind that big, huge number that's always on the box is those tricks are usually in the book, right? No magic kit comes with that many tricks, or at least not the tricks that the kids want. And usually that book is filled with throwaway tricks like your movable thumb and the rubber pencil and science tricks and math tricks. And a lot of those kinds of tricks kids don't use and kids don't perform. So Shin Lim and Murphy's Magic said, how can we make a magic kit that isn't filled with toys, but rather filled with tools? How do we give them basic building blocks? Sure, let's take some of those tricks that are always in magic kits, absolutely. But let's build on that and give them a foundation and give them an incredible teacher, right? And that's one of the things that's always missing from a magic kit. As a parent or as an uncle or a grandparent, you give that kit to the kid and you expect that kid to go off by themselves and learn by themselves. But so often we need that teacher, and there's so many magic kits out there that only come with written instruction and maybe just a paragraph or even a few sentences about how to do each trick. But here in this, you get 2 hours and 21 minutes of Shin Lim personally teaching you through this magic kit. It's wonderful. Another thing that I think is just brilliant, and another great thing about this kit is just having Shin Lim's name on this and his face on the box. Again, if you're a parent and you're in Target, which one are you gonna buy? The no-name kit or the one that has a well-known household name magician on the box? And this is something that we've seen all through time. If you go back and look at vintage magic kits, you're gonna see magic kits from people on TV, people that kids recognized. Marshall Brodeen had a magic kit, Paul Daniels, Blackstone, David Nixon, and of course, the man himself, Houdini. All right, enough of me talking. Let's look at the magic kit. Who is this for? Let's say you want to buy it. Who's it for? He says it's for kids. Right at the very beginning of the video, he says that this is for kids. But all through it, he never talks down to his audience. He never talks down to the people who are watching. So it could be kids, it could be adults, it could be anyone. He's really picked this, hand-picked each one of these effects for you. He's thinking about you, not just being a beginner, but he's even talking to you as you make your steps towards intermediate and advanced. He's walking you through all that, and we'll get to that. All right, so what's in the box? Surprisingly, the box is actually an important thing. You know, we keep all of our tricks in boxes, and a lot of magic kits today, they come in the same kind of boxes that maybe you'd put like a board game in, and they're really flimsy. They're not meant to last. This has a nice, colorful sleeve on the outside, shows Shin on both sides, the front and back. One side shows all the different awards that he's won. You can actually slide this sleeve off, and you have an embossed logo on the outside. I mean, you'd be proud to keep your stuff inside of this. And then inside that, right on top, you're seeing a book with 100 card tricks. And let me just say, this book is color, which you don't see in regular magic kits, and they're fleshed out tricks. So that is really nice. Looking at the box, two of the items over on the left are the deck vanisher. You're actually gonna get two items. One, the deck, and the other, the vanisher. The two work together. You're also going to get a little red silk. It's a little smaller than what maybe you might be normally familiar with, but I think that's intentional. You know, I think sometimes the larger silks don't completely vanish on a smaller hand, if you know what I mean. And along with the red silk, you're going to get something called the cloaking device. And of course, that is your famous magician's assistant. The nice thing is, in this one, you're getting two. You get one for an adult size and one for a child size. Up at the top, you're gonna get 4 packet tricks. So you're gonna get the cards inside that go with each one, and they're labeled. So you're gonna get one called Devious Ace, and that's a follow the ace, find the ace routine, kind of a Monty routine. Then there's a Royal Flush routine where you're able to show 5 cards. They're completely different. And then in a wave, they all change into a Royal Flush. The next one is Final Destination. The front sides show all different landmarks from all over the world. And the spectator has a free choice, and they will have chosen the one that has a different colored back. And then there's a trick called Mind Reader. That's 3 really cute pictures, and you will predict which one they choose. Right next to the cloaking device, there is something else called the Vanisher. The Vanisher is a familiar tool. Actually, it's called the Vanisher at magic stores. If you go to a magic store and you look up the Vanisher, this is what you would get. Down in the front, there's 4 longer envelopes. The first one has an anti-gravity device, and this is to keep liquid inside of a bottle. The second one is a red prediction envelope. Inside this, however, is another packet trick where you have 4 cards and the spectator will select their favorite, and it'll be seen face up in the spread. You will also get an envelope of magic thread. We'll talk more about that. And there's some fake Shin Lim money that'll be used for a dollar bill trick. Over in the lower right, there's 2 objects. There's a tic-tac box, an empty tic-tac box, and there's a card changing box. And this is the same card changing box, again, that you would find in a magic store. Above the card changing box is a folded fake $50 bill that Shin has pre-prepped for you to do the self-folding bill. And above that is a Svengali deck bridge size. And let's just compare again, because I think this is really the heart of this. Typical magic kits, they come with a bunch of props. They come with a bunch of props, they're toys, they're things that you see. You know, your mom or dad would say, oh, show me the one with the cups, show me that, show me those rings, show me, you know, they're all objects that you would see, and you'd bring this out as some sort of colorful toy, and you'd show your audience that. And they look like magic props, right? The things that come in magic kits typically look like magic props. Picture the kid wearing the paper top hat that he made himself and a cape and a magic wand. This kit has tools inside of it, not toys, all right? And there are things that'll help you do magic. Most of the things in this box are things that are behind the scenes that people won't see. I mean, you might notice that people aren't showing you some of the things that come inside. They're just showing you the box. That's because the things inside are secrets. They're guarded secrets that magicians know about, but have kept secret over the years. And I would say that's the case here too. These are behind the scenes tools that the beginner in your life will be able to use, not just for one thing, but for multiple things and for multiple tricks. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the video? It's all shot in HD with multiple camera angles, which is so refreshing. Some of these Magic Kit videos, you know, they're not shot with any care or love. And this really does feel like there was a lot of time and energy put into that. He's also not talking to kids per se. Like even at the beginning, he says that he's made a magic kit for beginners or for kids. He's not talking to kids. He's not even talking to parents. He's not talking down to anyone, right? He's not talking down to anyone. So really, this is a video that can be aimed at anyone. There is a little bit of orchestral music in the background. It was a little too loud for my taste, but that's okay. As far as what he's going to teach you, he's going to perform all the tricks for Casey Kathleen, his wife, and he'll actually teach each one of them to her. So there are a few tricks where he does teach to the camera, but several of the tricks, including mostly the card tricks, he teaches directly to her. He doesn't rush any of the teaching, and really having her there helps him make sure that he gets everything out he wants to say. First, you'll get an introduction where Shin will welcome you to the project. You'll open the box and look at all the props. And then the first trick he's going to teach you is one with the Svengali trick deck. And just a really quick overview, he'll have a spectator say stop, they remember their card, it's lost back in the deck, and then they cut to their own card. You can then cut the deck a couple of times, and then they can cut to their card again. Spectator loses their card again, and Shin Lim makes their card jump to the top. He then rolls the deck over, shows the bottom card, and with a wave, that card changes into their card, and then he dribbles all the cards to the table, and then every card has become the spectator's chosen card. He spends a lot of time in his teaching going over every point. He's a very patient teacher, and I felt throughout, he was still Shin Lim. He's Shin Lim in how he teaches and how he performs. The next trick is called Spirit Slate. This is a brilliant idea using the Miracle card case. He uses the Svengali deck and a golf pencil and a piece of paper with this. And it's a really beautiful Spirit Slate trick idea where a blank piece of paper goes into the box and it goes in there with the pencil, and then the spirit inside the box writes down the spectator's chosen card. Then he's going to do the classic card box vanish, where you can show the tuck case, show the cards inside, even slide a card out. And when you put it all back into the tuck box, it completely disappears. And you'll need the Svengali deck for this. The next trick is Tic Tac. This is a trick done with a mint box, one of those clear plastic mint boxes, and a quarter. You can have a quarter, you can vanish it, and then it reappears inside the mint box. His next trick is with the cloaking device, and he will show you how to vanish a red silk in the palm of your hands. Next up is something with invisible thread. This one's taught to you by Blaze. Blaze is going to teach you a bill levitation between the hands and a really legit ring levitation. Next up is a trick with the red envelope and the question mark on it. And Shin does this with 4 queens, and he has them call out any queen that they would like. And when he pulls the cards out of the envelope, that one alone is reversed in the packet. There's some other really cool packet tricks. Devious Ace is a 3-card Monty routine where you follow the ace, and there's also a 2 and a 3 card. No matter where the spectator thinks the ace is, of course, it's somewhere else. Royal Flush is a really cute trick. You show a handful of random cards, and as the cards are turned over, they completely transform into a Royal Flush. Next up is a trick called Mind Reader. It's done with 3 different emojis, and no matter what symbol the spectator chooses, you will have predicted it in advance. The last packet trick is called Final Destination. You can show a series of cards with very famous landmarks on them, and no matter which landmark the spectator chooses, it'll be the only card that has a different colored back. Going back to close-up magic, the self-folding bill. Maybe you learned this as a kid if you were an advanced magician now. He's going to give you a dummy bill, a fake bill, but he'll also teach you how to make it yourself with a real dollar bill. Another money trick, Instant Cash. Shin Lim will show a stack of blank pieces of paper that he will transform into fun Shin Lim money. You're also going to get another gimmick called the Vanisher. It's a really cool idea that allows you to put anything into the palm of your hand and instantly make it disappear. Anti-gravity is a trick you can do with a Coke bottle or a soda bottle, glass soda bottle, that even has liquid inside. You can put your hand over the neck of the bottle, turn it over, and the liquid will stay inside. You can even take a wooden toothpick out and shove it up through the neck, and the spectator will actually see the toothpick floating inside the bottle. Shin Lim is going to close it all out with 2 full routines. The first one, an ambitious card act. This one is going to use the Vanisher card box, the card change box, and the Svengali deck. Lots of beautiful surprises throughout this one. I think people will really love it. And then lastly is the coin act. This uses the card change box, a Sharpie, and the mint box. He shows you a really cool way to stick all 3 of these together into one fun little routine. Then at the end, there's a conclusion where Shin Lim offers some really great tips for the beginners at the end. So is it what I thought, and how accurate is the ad copy? I've purchased at least 3 magic kits in my life as an adult, right? And I think this is better. This is definitely better than everything else I've ever seen on the market. First of all, because you get 2 hours 2 hours and 21 minutes of teaching from Shin Lim. I've seen other celebrity magicians put their name on the cover of a box. They say that it's theirs, but in reality, they're not the ones that teach. Maybe they helped handpick some of the items, maybe they didn't, but they just used their face to sell the box. Shin actually teaches you in typical Shin Lim fashion, and I think this is really where the 50 bucks goes. Okay, it doesn't go to the box of props. It really doesn't. And in a lot of ways, there are props that you can buy exactly like that from a magic dealer, and some of the tricks that you would actually find in other magic kits. They are. But the great thing about this is these tricks are usable. Okay, these are usable. Other magic kits, cups and balls. I've had 3 other magic kits in my life, and they all came with cups and balls. No kid ever sits down and learns cups and balls because it's a routine. It's not just a trick they can do easily. They'd have to learn it and practice it. And there's usually no video that teaches them how to do it. There might be a little paragraph or maybe a page, but without a teacher, it's so hard to learn cups and balls. I got one magic kit that had linking rings in it. You know how hard linking rings would be for a child? They said, oh, well, they're kid size. Yeah, they're kid size, but it's still a difficult trick to learn. And without a video, without a teacher, that's another prop that would just go by the wayside. Even sponge balls. You know, I've seen sponge balls included in magic kits, and you could say, oh, it's a really cheap, prop to put in a kit, and kids like sponge balls. Sure, but again, without a fleshed out routine, without a teacher, a trick like that isn't self-working. It takes practice, and some kids, they're not going to bother learning the sponge ball routine. But again, not that any of those tricks are wrong or bad or shouldn't be in a kit for beginners. They probably should be, but you need a teacher. Most of the time we're buying these kits and we're just giving them to the kid, hoping that they're going to go off in the room and learn how to do it. But without a teacher, without someone to sit down with you and give you all the props, that's the other great thing about this box is they give you all the props. He doesn't have to go off and find mom and get scissors and glue and paste and go find baking soda or do some sort of science project. They can actually learn these things just by sitting down in front of the TV and going through the kit with Shin, and they will get it. All right, so how much practice does it require? This is another cool thing about this box. You'd think that in a beginning level kit, or even a kit that's for kids, you talk down to them and you maybe wouldn't mention certain things, or you wouldn't teach certain things because it was beyond them. Shin doesn't do that. Shin doesn't pull any punches in this. He'll flat out say, this might be too difficult for you. But he teaches it anyway, because he knows that you're gonna get there. So this video has watchability because it's fun, but it also has repeatability. Repeatability? You can watch it again because you're going to learn something again the next time. It's not just that, oh, well, you learn how to do that, you'll never have to watch this again. There's other elements to this. He teaches at all skill levels. He doesn't pull any punches. He teaches foundational building blocks. He teaches the longitudinal palm, how to dribble a Svengali deck without flashing. He teaches a false transfer, the crisscross force, the French drop. He teaches equivoque. He talks about multiple outs. He name drops Leonard Green. He teaches the mechanics grip, the frustration count, finger palming, and he talks a lot about the importance of misdirection. So he teaches beginner moves, intermediate moves, and advanced moves. He is always giving you something else to reach for. Positives. All right, so what are the positives? Evolution is the last word in beginners magic kits. This isn't a box of colorful toys. These are real working tools that will prepare you to become a real magician. Negatives. All right, so what are the negatives? I'm a card guy, and I know Shin is a card guy too, so I was a little bummed that you didn't get like a real deck of cards. Like just a real, I mean, there's a book that has 100 card tricks, throw in a matching deck. You know, you have a gimmick deck in there, a Svengali deck. Put in a real deck that has a matching back so that they can do the real card tricks too. But what separates this, again, is the tools were picked and the wonderful video from Shin Lim. It's filmed casual, it's filmed laid back, it's fun, it's funny. Casey, his wife, is really his secret weapon. It's so great. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just take my word for it. There are other review channels out there that have already reviewed this. Go watch them before you spend your money. DP Magic did a wonderful review, even included his son, demonstrated some of the tricks in this. That one's fun. Decking Around, they did a great review for this. And if you haven't checked out Decking Around yet, definitely go over to their channel. Make sure you give them a like and a subscribe. And Dermot's Playroom, I can't believe some kid out there reviewed this before me, but he even does some of the tricks as well. Go check that out. Thanks for watching, guys. I want to thank Shin Lim and I want to thank Murphy's Magic Supplies for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. And if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, you can find it wherever quality Murphy's Magic products are sold. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.